Hey, it's India. I'm gonna show you guys like my 5 picks from the different projects that we did, how they inspired me, what I learned, what I liked about it, all that stuff. By the end, you'll like understand how I personally felt about like each thing, even though it was like group related at times. So yeah, let's get in. So the first thing is the large window. The window that I liked the most was the Adriana Papel revised window, using the eye tracking from our original window where we had like a nautical type theme and our theme was a little bit lost. Um, eye tracking kind of told us the data that we needed to focus on something. So we decided to have a focus on one mannequin instead of two on this green dress, and it kind of reminded us of like the birth of Venus. So we went with the shell, as you can see, a gradient that drew the eye up and down. We had some colorful starfish on the side, and then we had original coral reef on the side hanging. So instead, we put it on the ground and added some blues to it and seashells to it, and seashells on the floor. So the birth of Venus was also, I did that for my window directive one. So that kind of gave me the idea to throw that in. But I kind of think that's one of those things where like you look at it and you get it or you don't. And I think it was well executed. And then one thing I say to do better was just to maybe indicate with like a tagline, something about the birth of Venus, just to give somebody that indication of what it was. But overall, this was my favorite window to do. It was our best window because it was the last one, and we had a chance to grow from A to B. Even from our first window where we thought, we did really good on that window, but I'm proud to see that growth. So yeah, that's where our inspiration came from, that and what I've learned. Window Directive 2 was like a tropical type theme. I really am interested in like palm trees, the tropical animals, and I wanted to do like a workout theme. So I did take a walk on the wild side, like walking, working out, the jungle, the wild. And that came forward in Gymshark for the Window Directive 2. So each of my windows kind of represented a different animal or creature, whatever. The first one was like a butterfly. So the butterfly's like a vinyl that's overlapping the mannequin to showcase the garment. Then the middle one is with dark frogs. And that's kind of showcasing. So yeah, so basically, the last one was also based off of like the parrot or a bird. So I wanted all the colors to be bright, pull you in, add some depth, add some like, I had like some origami pineapples in the back. So different elements, and like I would really love to execute this window in real life. But that's what I loved about the window directives, is that you don't have to do it in real life, and that was the easiest part of the class for me, was be able to sit down and work and think on my ideas, because some of the things that we wanted to execute, or I wanted to execute in person, were difficult because of funding and the ability for us to do it, and time, and where we would even find these materials. So the things that, the creativity lacked a little bit in my head, but when I did the directives, like my ideas flourished. And then for wall directive 1 was my all-time favorite. This is like the favorite thing that I've done in class for myself. My theme was Neon Japan. I was scrolling through Pinterest one day, and I started to see like these kind of neon, bluish and pinkish and purple like Japanese signs, and like kind of reminds me of like anime. And I just kept searching, and I found all these cool pictures, which some didn't make the cut, but the mood boards on the left, and like it's like my wallpaper from my phone. Like I really love it, and I used it to showcase bathing ape or bape. I did a men's, women's, and children's wall. The men's wall was kind of based on like blues, neon blues. There's like a neon sign in there, red. The women's wall was like neon pinks. And then the children's wall was like neon green, had some camo and stuff in there. But I don't really shop with them. But from what I did for the window, like I would be interested and intrigued to continue. I wanted to add like brick, kind of like some streetwear, neon streetwear, that kind of thing. So I think that it was well executed. Like this was the project where like my theme, I had the theme down pat, and I executed it in the best way possible. And then the lab we did, the one that I picked was the wall lab. I really liked this lab. It was a challenge. The theme was like grayish and purple. We do like some yoga. So we arranged the wall, to have some headbands, some water bottles, some duffels, some yoga mats, so that people could like come to this one wall and get everything that they need for, yoga. The one thing that I might have added was like maybe some shoes or something, but not pictured here. We had like the SKUs, the pricing, how to put the wall up, those important things of what you would tell your employees. So yeah, this is one of my favorite labs. And last but not least, my favorite project in general was the shadow box that we did, shadow box 2. The first one we did was Pandora. This one is for Kate Spade. So we wanted like bold, classic statement pieces for like that woman who is bold, but she still wants to be, you know, tone it down a little bit and have class. So we had like a busy, flowery background, but then the purse was like classic, plain white. We put a half mask up with the writing on the side, so that the person can look at it and know right away, oh, I'm a bold woman. Oh, but I have some things where I want understated pieces, and they know I want that. So we did that, and then we had like another little vinyl, which is like the spade shape, and then we had some hanging spades that we cut out. So we had like the purse on like a little gold hanger, but it looks as if it's floating, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, I think this was well executed. We like basically printed our vinyls a week before like the class was even required to. And that really helped us time-wise because, you know, we do have limited resources. No one wants to pay all this money, limited time. So I think it was well executed because we pushed ourselves to find the fabric early, design the window early. We mixed all our CAD designs like into one, and we focused on one theme. So overall, this is my favorite thing that we did. So yeah, I hope that you were able to like get a better understanding of the thought process that I had for each project, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.